We live? Alright, what's going on, you guys? This is your boy 3. Today I'm showing you guys my favorite deck in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now. Freaking Mementos, man. I love this deck so much. It has been my passion project, so to speak. And I've just been trying to solve the deck. And, bro, what I got right here, you know what I'm saying? I got the ANTI-RYZEAL Slayer Goo, bro. This is my first place back-to-back undefeated Memento deck profile. And it's pretty powerful, man. I like it a lot. I got the sweet spot on consistency and resiliency pretty much solved. The math on the deck is pretty crazy because the abundance of going second cards in a going second deck, in a 60 card deck, doesn't do it justice enough because this deck has already like a very high ceiling in the floor. Dude, the deck's it's just crazy, bro. The deck's crazy, but it objectively gets more going second cards whenever it faces an XYZ deck. As you guys know, I've been on Momento Goblin Bikers. I think it's the goo. I think it's the way because it not only gives the deck an abundant amount of starters, especially in a 60 card deck, but it gives it better pivot lines. It gives it more fluidity in certain matchups, and against XYZ decks, it gives more extenders and going second cards, which is just really, really strong. The engine itself is actually already really good at breaking boards, and Memento's just played through a lot. I think one of my highlights, because the last time I took this to locals, I actually ended up playing against round 3. I think my highlight was Purifier Kings. He drew chicken, I impermed it. He drew chicken, he went in the field spell, I ashed it, and then his hand literally was ash 3 Veilers. And then I comboed through it, and I ended on Caesar, Big Guy, Field Spell, and a Bone Party being set on in phase. And I clocked him, bro. I clocked him. The other highlight was me playing through Shifter against Malice. I played through Shifter. I ended on Big Fusion SP, and I had Bone Party face down, and I was literally I cracked his whole board on his turn under Shifter. This deck's oppressive, and I ended up popping a Kiron. Popping a Kiron and using a Kiron to target the banished Bone Party, because a Kiron triggers when it's destroyed, not sent to the grave, just if it's destroyed. And so I went Bone Party, pop a Kiron, and then I summoned my Witch. I did my play, I fused into my guy, and then I used a Kiron to add the Bone Party from banished on the hand. It was just crazy, bro. I played through Shifter. That's like the deck's weakness. So the deck's really, really strong. I have combo lines under every Molcharmy, including the new one and Droll. I'm the GOAT with this deck, bro. I'm really nice with it. So yeah, we're gonna get right into my list, you guys. It's pretty clean. It's very good. So we're gonna start off with the good stuff, the engine. So we're starting off with 3 copies of Darkblade. Pretty much the best starter in the deck, in my opinion. As far as Memento cards go, this card is very eccentric. We're gonna get into why he's so good. We're playing 3 copies of Anguish. We're also playing that gas. We're playing 3 Horsey. These are the 9 brutally good Memento starters, which is infamous for getting impermed and getting punished on it. And because there's a very good punish line on Anguish, it's the reason why this card resolves more often than not. And it's a very good thing because going second, which resolving and being able to add, for example, like a Sleepy, or to add the Big Guy, or even to add a Horn Dragon for extension is just very, very nice. So the engine's strong because every 2-card combo beats 2 hand traps, which is very good. Like a Witch, like a Darkblade plus a Horsey can be met by an Ash and an Imperm, and because I play the Fiendsmith cards, I can just bridge into another combo. So yeah, we have the 9 Memento cards, the 9 really good Memento starters, and then I do play Goblin Biker cards. This used to be the Terratop package, but when RYZEAL became more and more popular, I found that Terratop was not resolving a lot, but what does resolve a lot is actually Grand Entrance and 3 copies of Doug. So these 6 cards are very, very powerful. You do play 10 Goblin Biker starters, which gives you just 10 more Memento starters. They are objectively worse into specifically Nib, but every other hand trap, they're very clean, especially because they're supplemental. Supplemental being that it is not the main core and the main aspect of the deck. And so these cards, the idea in the name of the game going second into RYZEAL is to bait their interruptions with your Goblin Biker cards and clean up their field with Memento. And the long game is not what you want to get into a Memento anyways. This deck just has a crazy grind game. It actually has a literal infinite. It recycles all its extra deck and its main deck cards. It's just really crazy. So you never want to go on a grind with this deck. And it's just so good, man. It's so good. It has so much resilience. Like, it plays through an insane infinite amount of hand traps. We played 2 copies of Goblin. This is what makes the Goblin Biker cards work in this deck. Because he has Goblin in his name, they can access him. we play one copy of Gone Wild, and this is a new addition. Is the Clatter Exploder, bro? Hold on, what's his name? He just looks good, bro. The card just looks good. That's all you need to know. So yeah, this engine is actually really good. It's supplementary, but it does enhance the main aspect of the deck. So it's always nice when your supplementary actually bridges into your engine. Speaking of supplementary, we also play 3 copies of Engraver because he is full combo by himself, thanks to Aerial Eater being able to dump Goblin and making a card like Cross Sheep and reviving your Aerial Eater by banishing 2 Engravers, and you bring back your Goblin in full combo. We play the Tract, we play the Lacrima, and we play the Lords. So that's like, this is all gas. Everything here is all gas. And how it works, specifically the Goblin Biker cards, how they work, if you don't know, is you could just literally summon Doug and then grab a card like Breakout and then use Breakout to tribute Doug, and you can summon Goblin directly from your deck. If you have Entrance, it's the same thing, you just skip a step. But what makes these cards very, very, very powerful, specifically in the RYZEAL matchup, is the Goblin Biker cards. All of these Goblin Biker cards, including Clatter Exploder, all have an effect that allows you to detach an XYZ material from any XYZ monster in the field and summon them. Grand Entrance is the best one because you could detach 2. So if you actually activate this card, you get to take 3 materials from a detonator. So when you are able to hand trap RYZEAL once, and they're like, let's say they didn't open their Fiendsmith cards, right? Like it's just a pure RYZEAL hand. If you hand trap them once, hit the dual drive, and they're ending on Detonator Pass gets ate up by 1 entrance. 1 entrance is a full combo that detaches 3. And you always get the extra body out of it. So it's just insanely inherently strong value. The cards are just so good. And the Clatter Exploder actually helps you a lot. So right now I'm testing Chaos Angel over Big Gabunga, but when I was testing with Gabunga, this was a change I made after I already went undefeated. I realized Chaos Angel came up and I was like, Brad, that would have been back shots. But I was messing around with Big Gabunga, and Clatter Exploder, you get it in your main combo. You always get access to it. You put it under a Big Gabunga for your full combo, and what happens is that gets linked out for Fiendsmith shenanigans. It's Engrave. The RYZEAL player just tries to breathe, bruh. They just breathe. They put up a detonator, and you activate this card Engrave, detach a material from detonator, summon it, and then reborn Big Gabunga, and Big Gabunga targets the detonator to attach it as a material. So the detonator loses a material off this and then has to detach to pop the Big Gabunga so it doesn't get attached. So this card just eats, and you keep the body off of it. So you keep the body. So this card really eats. It eats detonators for lunch. Is really strong, bro. So yeah, combo's pretty crazy. So you have the Goblin Biker cards, you have all of the Fiendsmith engine, which is just all supplemental. Most importantly and notably in the RYZEAL matchups, none of these require a normal summon, including a Graver, then that's what's beautiful. And Horsey doesn't require a normal summon. So you have a lot of pivot lines with this deck. But then you have the reason why this deck is so hard to hand trap and where the mind games come from is the quick play spells. So we played 3 Breakout, 3 Bone Party, and 3 Memento Fusion. This got bumped up. What I've been doing a lot playing in established boards is actually just whenever my cards get negated by Imperm Veiler pop by Detonator, I chain Fusion and I summon specifically not any of my Memento guys. I just use a Memento name, but I summon Guardian Chimera. So that's what I've been doing a lot going second, because I've been realizing like in those situations where I have the Guardian Chimera, it's like I wasn't gonna resolve the Twin Dragon anyway. So I feel like being able to scope what their hand is looking like and what the back row is looking like, and to check for the interruptions and the hand traps, because it's guaranteed to bait. It's really strong, especially when you already baited out the Ash and you have Breakout. It's really clean, specifically when you have Breakout, because you know when you baited the Ash, the only thing that's actually going to stop the Guardian Chimera from resolving is literally going to be like Veiler Imperm, and you could tribute him for cost. So it's like the cleanest combo. You tribute him for cost off Breakout, summon a new Goblin guy, draw 2, pop 1, or draw 1, pop 2, whatever you want to do. I've been doing it a lot, especially with my excess hand traps that are dead in hand anyways. Memento Fusion is very broken. It's like the best quick play. So because these cards exist, the way that it gets weird with mind games with hand trapping this deck is that when you summon Horsey or you summon Darkblade, your opponent will preemptively Veiler or Imperm them because they cannot afford to play into the quick play because they get too hard punished. And because of that, even when you don't have the actual quick plays, it just changes the dynamic of how this deck can play through hand traps. Because when you summon a Darkblade and it gets Veilered, you can just go fusion into Twin Dragon search 2, pop him and revive the Dark Blade, and it got Veilered earlier, and you could still use this effect because you never declared the effect. They just Veilered on summon. And so when people play around the quick plays, they get punishment. You play around the quick plays, punishment. You don't play around them, punishment. Either way, it's gonna happen, bro. This deck is gas, bro. So this is all the good engine. This is a lot of good cards, bro. And the deck's just crazy, man. It's going crazy. I think Ryzeal and Malice are probably my favorite matchups. Malice is the most challenging one, but I'm learning the matchup more and more the more I play. But every other deck is just free real estate around here, baby. We're playing Sheepy. Sheepy's the GOAT. So Sleepy actually just plays through an insane amount of like infinite interruptions. This card's broken, especially because Detonator pops, right? So in the Ryzeal matchup, which is just the most popular matchup that I play against, you can actually go summon Sheepy, crash it in battle phase, effect to Foolish, dump a card like Gatic back to Sheepy, do what you need to do with Sheepy, or you go Sheepy, dump Memento Fusion. I've done this a lot going second. Crash Sheepy, playing through infinite hand traps, dump Memento Fusion, Fusion pop, activate Fusion, just combo, bro. It's just broke. This card's actually broken, man. I wish that it was a better consistent way to summon it. You just need certain cards to resolve the summon it. But if this card just said, if you control Memento, special summon it, cookage, bro. It's cookage. It's a good card. And then we have Mace. These cards are not full combo by themselves, but with one other name, they are full combo. And then we have Gatic, the GOAT. We never want to draw it, but we love it in our deck. We have Blue. This card also, these two cards right here specifically are the reason why Memento can OTK through a fully established board. So when you're playing Memento, people think, oh, you know, if you're going second, you play through the interactions, you have to break the board OTK. With Memento, you don't have to even play through all the interactions, and you don't have to break the board. You can actually just attack directly for exactly 8,000. Big Eyes 5, Fusions 3. It's exactly lethal. You ignore a lot of mechanics. It's like when I play U-Bell, it's that feeling. So this card's Nightmare Pain. It forces your opponent to attack the big guy that's at 5,000. I kid you not, so many people have committed suicide by accident with this card. It's absolutely disgusting. It's infinite negates. It's just a broken card. And it bypasses a lot of mechanics, and your board is just so safe. Your Caesar's not getting attacked over, SP's not getting attacked over. They have to attack big guy and take the damage. So this card's crazy. So this is like Nightmare Pain, and this card's like Nightmare Pain in its own way, unless you just attack directly. So the fact that you can just ignore an established board and just clean the game, like clear the game, this card's crazy, man. It's Consuela. It's Consuela from Family Guy, bro. I clean. This card's nice. It's everything. This card, the reason why this card is also so good, every combo now gets 3 Memento back rows. The Fusion you start off with, the target that you search, and the field spell that you get off of this guy, and the Mace search. So you're always gonna get Bone Party, Fusion, Cranium Burst, and the field spell off of this guy. You're guaranteed field spell off any combo. You're guaranteed Fusion plus whatever it searches. But now you get the third card in the equation, because instead of having to search another copy of Fusion, you just add it back off of the blue. So every inboard, even a half combo, half boards always end on Bone Party, Fusion, field spell with a Cranium Burst. This deck provides a lot of interaction. It's very, very fluid. It comes from the hand, comes from the grave, it comes from the field. It's very clean in the board breakers, and it never gets broken. It never gets broken, bro. We have Horn Dragon. He's a brick, but he's an extender. The king of the deck. Bro, I feel like, dude, this feels like anime level power every time I summon this card. This card is the most broken card, like, in the deck, it feels like, bro. Once you get this guy out, this is a 5k inherent summon. UCT, bro. He attacks everything. He doesn't start a chain. It doesn't activate. This card is the most broken crack bag ever, bro. You summon this at the start of every turn. This deck has infinite follow-up, Fusion Engrave, everything that you searched on your opponent's turn because you just play. This deck has 4 main phases, bro. You play on the opponent's turn, get your follow-up, disrupt their play, then start your turn with an inherent 5k beat stick that nothing's getting over. Attack for, you know how many times I just attack for game just by summoning him and going straight to battle phase? Like, your follow-up is atrocious, bro. This card it requires attention. You summon this, they have to Veiler it. They have to Impermanent, or their board goes. So that's what's crazy about approaching the Memento matchup is if you don't OTK them and you just break their board, they start their turn off with summoning Combined Creation, and he attacks over everything that they landed on, bro. So they're crashing out every time, bro. Crashing out every time, bro. That card's gas. Field Spell and Cranium Burst, these are like the true bricks. But the ceiling, bro, the ceiling. This card has a secret effect. If your Mementos attack, your opponent can't do anything. So it's a very good card. Good for the grind game. The non-engine is very simple. 3 Ash, 3 Nibiru, 3 Droll. I don't have Mocharmies right now. Yeah, you know, man, it's just life right now, man. But yeah, if I had the bread to spare, I would have Mocharmies. We have 3 Imperm, 3 Valor, 2 Talents, and 1 Callback. I've been going undefeated with no more Charmies, bro. I'm just saying, man. Imagine if I had the Mocharmies, bro. So yeah, I like Droll right now because, again, even the Malice Sky Striker, like Cash Tira, like all the Allure builds, they play in the, like, everybody's just playing in the Droll right now. I feel like this card's actually high-key very, very slept on. Droll's been going crazy for me. And the Fiendsmith-RYZEAL matchup, which is the most prevalent, dominant deck right now, if they start with Engraver, they can't even play. So how Droll works specifically in that matchup is, it's not that they don't end on Detonator, it's that they end on Detonator with no follow-up. Because every body no longer replaces itself. You don't get to summon X and search for a sword, summon sword, search for an ice. Every body doesn't replace itself, so when they commit to a Detonator, if they didn't start by normal summoning ice, they lost 2 cards and get 0 follow-up. So Droll is actually very good economically in the RYZEAL matchup, especially if they start with Engraver. They're not getting the search off track. Now, if they didn't open ice, they need a hard draw 2 RYZEAL cards in addition to the Engraver that has a dead track in hand. So you're basically putting them on, like, I know 3 cards now. I have 3 public information. So the max you're going to have is 2 non-engine if you can make a Detonator. If you don't make a Detonator, I know you got hand traps for facts. So Droll's crazy on the information right now. I don't know. People are just sleeping on this card. I'm just built different, bro. This is just, yeah. So that's all the non-engine. The extra deck, this is where it gets crazy. We're playing 2 of the second king, you know what I'm saying? The Throne Protector. We're playing 1 Twin Dragon, 1 Aerial Eater, 1 Necroquip, 1 Desiree, and 1 Guardian Chimera. Very heavy on the fusions. I love that aspect of this deck. Guardian Chimera has just been going crazy lately. We play 1 Requiem, 1 Moon, 1 Sequence. You actually need Sequence for certain lines because Engraver gets you the full combo. Without Sequence, you can't. I like that the Fiendsmith engine checks for Ash, it checks for Valor Imperm, it checks for Droll, and it checks for Nib all in 1 sequence. Pun intended. So the Fiendsmith engine is very broken because in the terms of garnering information in every matchup, if certain cards resolve, you know that your actual main engine will resolve. So again, it's supplementary that bridges into your primary engine, which is the Memento card, while also still checking for every hand trap on the way there. So I do like sequence lines that lose to every hand trap for the simple fact that I care more about my Memento cards resolving anyways. But there are certain instances where this card resolving means you get to combo or not if you have a weak hand with only Engraver. And then Krashi, SP for the links. And then the rest is just Caesar, Typhon, and then Chaos Angel. This was Big Gabunga, but Chaos Angel is actually just going crazy. There are multiple games that I was like, bro, if I just had this card, I would have won faster. So yeah, that's going to be it. Shout outs to Sweetie Poo Lover. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Subscribe to my channel. Right now, I'm the Memento GOAT. I'm the only one doing it, bro. I'm the only one, bro. I'm telling you right now, I've been grinding Memento for months, bro. I'm faithful to this deck. When I find a deck I like, I don't give up, bro. I know meta sheet, bro. I don't do that. I don't play whatever gives me the best chance to win. I play what I like and what I love, and I have fun with it. But I'm still nice, you know what I'm saying? Deuces is wild.